Hello and welcome to Train Sim World 3. Today we are taking this Class 43 high-speed train from Reading all the way to London Paddington. It's a 35-mile trip. We should be doing it in just around 25 minutes. As you can see, we're starting to pull away from Reading Station, and we should be able to get this up to its maximum 125 miles an hour along this stretch. So here it comes. And there we go, we'll jump back in the cab a minute as we start to accelerate out of Reading. Obviously we just passed a Class 166 there. If you are interested in seeing the Class 166 being driven, head over to the channel. There is a video available for you to watch, and while you're there, hit the like button and also subscribe. So as we come up to 40 miles an hour, just ease off the power slightly, and we'll give you a good look of this Class 43, although I have noticed there's no number on the side. Apparently we're just 00000, which is not how it should work, but there we are. Right, we're up to 60, so let's apply the power. We're a non-stopping service straight into Paddington. As I say, 13 minutes, 23 minutes, beg your pardon, to go. So a little bit of a journey, but once we get up to 125 miles an hour, which we've now got, we should make some really good progress into London. Obviously this is the route is set pre-electrification. You can see they're starting to install it with these sort of overhead gantries, but not yet fully installed. So it's a shame, because I think it would be a really good inclusion to have the Class 800, certainly on the Great Western Express. It would be just a great addition to Train Sim World 3. That said, nothing wrong with the Class 43. You know, it's now used out on other routes in a smaller configuration, less coaches, which again, you know, be good to experience that in a much shorter consist. We're making our way up to 67. This is a slow accelerating beast, this is. We're at full tilt still. Let's tell you what we'll do. We'll fly off down the line here, and we will park ourselves somewhere. Probably just here, I think, is a good location to watch the 43 come past. We'll give some horn action as we go past. There we go. And I'll tell you what, we'll fly off. We'll overtake it. And then we'll hopefully find a station that we'll be going through, so that we can park ourselves in. We've got AWS on, no DSD, because, well, it gets a little bit annoying if I'm honest. So we're partially driving with the safety systems on. Hopefully we'll find a station very shortly. Looks like we've got one coming just up here, so we'll continue flying up here, and we'll watch us thunder through, hopefully towards 125 miles an hour, so you can get a real feel for that speed and power as it comes through. I think this is Twyford that we'll be situating ourselves at. Let's have a look. Twyford, right. Let's pop ourselves just here. Can't quite see us in shot yet, but we are up at 100 miles an hour. Here it comes. And we are... yeah, it's going to be about 100 miles an hour. It comes through here. Let's let's jump back inside the cab and we'll drive in the cab for a little bit. So on the left hand side you've got two tracks running parallel, which is for sort of slower moving services, freight and stopping services. These two right hand side tracks that we're on are the express lines, so it means we can get up to the 125 miles an hour. We've got another class 43 passing us in the opposite direction. 29 miles to go. We're making excellent progress. And as we get into London, you'll be passing through certainly a lot more stations. Probably at high speed still, yeah. It's this stretch from Reading, just outside Reading, that's pretty bad. There's not much to look at. Let's give you an outside view. Go to the 3 camera. There we go. We're moving quite nicely. Obviously, we're still not up to our top speed yet, only 115 miles an hour. It's the slight downfall of this class 43. It didn't have great acceleration. Obviously, class 800 introduction allowed them to fit more trains in on the Great Western main line when they were introduced. I think that's just purely down to the acceleration that they have, especially with being powered by overhead power. So yeah, you can see why these were certainly replaced. We can't get into the engine room, which is a shame. Would have been nice to be able to get in there. Or still not quite at 125, so just outside 120. Contact signal. What if we're just looking at the not much buttons to play with. It's quite quiet, this route. I think I'd certainly expect there to be more traffic in real life. This was one of the early routes introduced to Train Sim World. I think back in the original Train Sim World 2020 version, if I remember correctly. So it's certainly not a polished route or got a lot of the features that we are certainly used to today in Train Sim World 3. But still, it's one I thoroughly enjoy playing. Now we're reaching 125 miles an hour. You can see there's a lot of micro stuttering, and it's certainly not down to the PC that I'm playing on. It's certainly no potato, but this is an inherent issue with Train Sim World, which I think they need to certainly get on top of. It is one that's certainly immersion breaking every time you get these little stutters. So we're up to 125 miles an hour, just reduced back to notch 2 on the power. We're flying through this station, quick sounder horn. We'll go up to notch 3 slightly, because I think we were slowly losing a little bit of speed there. Start to tell we're coming up into a more built up area, it feels like. I guess we're on the outskirts of London now. We'll head up to notch 4, we're still losing speed slightly. Got another station here to the left, which we're passing to the right of. It's quite enjoyable if you use the Class 166 to go through, do a sort of stopping service all the way from Paddington to Reading. So we're under green lights all the way. I think we probably will be all the way into Paddington. It would be nice to hit a bit of adverse traffic that we have to sort of overcome. You know, have to slow down, etc. But still, it's a nice high-speed run. Got a Class 166 to our right there on the express lines. 19 miles to go. We've got, yeah, sort of 14 minutes or so. Not sure what that one was for. I've either missed, I don't think I've missed anything. Nope, unsure. Still got 125 miles an hour. We'll give you an outside view. I do like that, the dark green livery of GWR. We've got another 43 passing us. I think in one of the stations that we go past, there is a the 1972 tube stock that's parked up there on one of the underground lines. I think it would be the central line, if I'm not much mistaken. We'll see if we can find it and have a look at as we pass through. Just a little way away from it at the moment. Got some freight parts up there with the lovely pink freight wagon, or container should I say. We should see some Class 66s as well up round Acton. Obviously Great Western Express introduced the Class 66 in the red DB livery, but we've not seen it reappear on any of the other routes. They've still used the EWS livery, which is a shame. I think I'd like to see the 66 in that red DB livery more across some of the routes. Fingers crossed we will start to see that, but it hasn't been the case so far. You can see the infrastructure ready for the overhead power to be introduced, part of the electrification upgrade for the Great Western Main Line. So we're probably set a couple of years before that was fully introduced. Some more wagons over here to the left, parked up, nice. Got another 166 here. As we fly through the station. Give you a bit more of an outside view of this lovely 43. "12 miles, we're really sort of making progress now. I believe this is the junction for Heathrow, so the Heathrow Express. That would be cool to see the Heathrow Express introduced. Shame it wasn't modelled. That's okay. through. We've got some more freight parked up, or wagons parked up to the left. They've got some of the red DB hoppers. $10 out, plenty of time. Certainly feels like we are definitely getting into the heart of London now. Yes, nice to see some more freight as well. Not seen any locos yet, they're all just wagons parked up. As we go through I don't know where. Got another 43. Certainly feels like we're on a busy section of track here. Let's get a view of that. As we go across that bridge there. Again, that should fit, you know, I'm assuming that probably does need to be filled with sort of locos and that, but yeah, very empty fill there. Got 100 miles an hour coming up in 1.6 miles, so we will probably need to start braking shortly. Haven't seen a board yet for it, but I have been distracted, so it's possible we've missed it, but there's the tube stock that I was talking about. Got the 1972 tube stock. It's very cool. We need to be slowing, so we will start braking. A bit more brake action. Here we've got Acton. It's quite timely to slow down. We'll go and have a quick look around Acton. Oh, not sure what happened there. Couple of Class 66s parked up, some wagons. Will follow us along. We've got 2.1 miles to we come to the 50. Looks like a Class 66 going up round to the left there, pulling up this container load. Shame we didn't get to see the actual 66 itself. We're still 1.6 miles away, so probably apply a little bit of power. We're extremely early, so it's fine. This looks like Old Oak Common to me. Which I'm hoping, yeah, it's got quite a few. There we go, that's the notification for 50. Just do the initial step. So we've got quite a few parked up at Old Oak Common. And we'll fly back off. Obviously now this, I believe this area here, it holds Crossrail locomotives, and obviously Old Oak Common will now become interchange for high speed 2. Got another 43 parts up there. We can release off the brakes as we're down to 50. Keep the power applied. We want to stick around the 50 mark, 2.3 miles out, so that's fine. And we've just got a nice little cruise into Paddington. There we go, and then we'll need to come down to 40 in about a mile's time. So we're obviously in the throat of Paddington. We'll pop ourselves here. Watch us fly past. Got 40 in just a couple hundred yards, so we'll apply those brakes, we'll get back in the cab. There we go, with a slight bit of power as well. Just as we keep it at 40. Got more construction work going on to the left there. I assume that's probably Crossrail related. Got a 66 obviously leaving Paddington. We're 0.8 of a mile out. Get the warning for a yellow ahead, as we can see, so we'll start to apply the brakes. We do need to come down to 25 anyway. We'll acknowledge that, and we are on the approach to Paddington. So we're taking the points here. We're obviously going into a slightly different platform. Oh, we're off to the right here. Don't think I've been over here before when I've driven this before. It's going to be interesting. We'll come off the power now, totally. And we'll just start slowing ourselves down so that we can hit our mark nicely. We're all about trying to get the maximum points here. We are about a minute early. I think we've done that quite nicely. Perfection. Let's make sure we get our stop mark just right. See, there's busy Paddington. There we go, perfect. Now let's unlock those doors and we'll go for a quick look round Paddington. We'll get our screenshot, our thumbnail while we're here. Nope. Maybe. There's a thumbnail here somewhere. That's it, I think. We'll zoom in and we'll just get it perfectly There we go. You'll know if you've watched this video. Yeah, if you've watched this video, you know that where I've taken the screenshot. There we go. Perfect. I do like these class 43s high-speed trains, but they've certainly come to probably the end of an era for them. Paddington could definitely be more busy. These platforms in real life would be probably all occupied, to be fair. We're ready to lock. And let's see what medal we've got. And we've got the gold. Excellent. That's been great. So guys, if you enjoyed this one, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It really does mean a lot to me and the channel. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye for now.